The Oblivion Remake is probably the worst kept secret in gaming at this point, with leaks from the Virtuos website, the Bethesda website and Xbox support all pointing to its release next week. It has the potential to put Bethesda back on the right track. After the disappointment of Fallout 76 and Starfield, it will be the first new single-player Elder Scrolls experience we've had since 2011. So I thought I'd put together a wish list of sorts, from what I want to see from Oblivion Remastered. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we've got loads more Oblivion content coming soon. Oblivion has some great quest lines, including the Dark Brotherhood, a Shadow over Hector, and a Brush with Death. If Virtuos want to add more quests to an already great pool, that's a good thing, as long as they're of good quality. However, it's important they don't start removing quests. One route that Virtuos could go down is looking at the vast amount of cut content that got removed from Oblivion, and adding that to Oblivion Remastered. This would be a great way to expand on the already wide amount of content that Oblivion already has. The main story is amazing for a number of reasons. One being that you aren't really the hero of the main story. Yes, you are called the hero of Kvatch and the hero of Cyrodiil, but the hero of Oblivion is Martin Septim. So it's really important that they don't mess around with this story too much, otherwise it could ruin an already great story. Whilst the Radiant AI system was revolutionary, it did have its flaws. For example, the whole Oblivion NPC conversation meme. The original point of Radiant AI was to make the world feel more lived in and less scripted, by basically adding a few instructions a day, and then the NPC is given free reign on how to achieve them. But some restrictions had to be added later because the NPCs kept killing each other and stealing things, and they didn't have a system for NPCs who commit crimes to pay a fine, whether the guards straight up killed them. Bethesda's solution to the weird conversations was to fully script them for Skyrim, with technology at the time limited on how effective it was, but with technology today, this is the chance to use Radiant AI in the way that it was meant to be. The leveling system for Oblivion wasn't great, and level scaling was even worse, with enemies at a high level becoming damage sponges. So hopefully with Oblivion Remastered they can improve the scaling and improve the leveling up system. This one may happen or not depending on the scale of Oblivion Remastered, whether it's more of a remake or more of a remaster. But it would be good if the developers could add some new dungeons. For example, if you've played Oblivion before, you know that after 20 or so hours in Oblivion you can get a bit bored going through the same dungeon layout over and over again. The reason for this was Bethesda at the time only had limited resources and the design team had to make these areas quickly. But with new technologies and a larger dev team, there's not really a reason not to add more variation to these areas. Oblivion's combat hasn't aged well, with swords feeling like you're hitting someone over the head repeatedly with a balloon, as well as archery being very poor. Oblivion Remastered is rumoured to have improved archery and stealth as well, stealth archers confirmed, as well as changing the way that blocking works, taking inspiration from Souls-like games. Hopefully they'll take a look at melee combat as well, as it could do with some improvements, make the swords feel a bit more weighty, so it doesn't feel as floaty. I hope all the DLC will be included in Oblivion Remastered and they don't try and sell it separately. The majority of remasters do include the original DLC from their respective games, but with some leaks suggesting that a certain Horse Armor DLC may be sold separately, which I would see the funny side of, but it is taking the piss a bit. It may be a good thing for Virtuos if they were to release their own story DLC, similar to Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine. For me, it's imperative that they keep the voice acting cast the same. You've got voices from some amazing actors in the original like Patrick Stewart, Sean Bean, Wes Johnson, and of course, Todd Howard. Wait, what? Yes, Todd Howard voiced Clavicus Vile in Oblivion.
The game engine is, all of this just works. It's not...
Although they should probably add some new voices to the board for more variation, because at times 30 NPCs with the same voice does break immersion. So that was some of the things that I want to see from the Oblivion remake. What do you want? Are you looking forward to it? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more Oblivion content in the next few weeks. Thank you guys, see you next time.